William Ruto's chief campaigner for 2027 is Rigathi Gachagua.
Potea bwana. Kwa hiyo mimi ningetaka kuona Kenya ambayo mimi nitaenda Kisumu kutafuta kura. Nataka mheshimiwa.
I don't want to say it's going to be messy, yeah, but there will be casualties. There will be casualties within the broad-based.
Moses Kuria is no longer just a firebrand. In this interview, he reviews his role as the architect behind the current broad-based government. He claims he was the one who told the president to not sign the finance bill. He also urged the president to restructure the entire government to save the country.
My logistics were being organized by one of my parastatals, Kenya Bureau of Standards. And he called them and gave them a dressing down. So this guy, whom he later removed, he told me, I am going to remove you. Which he did. When they sat down, when they were reconstituting parliament, cabinet, he told William Ruto, anybody else from the mountain except him. Can I give you the proof? See, he went around the mountain after that, after the reshuffle, after the cabinet was dissolved. I was dropped and then new people came in. And then he said, Mount Kenya, we got exactly the same number of positions that we had before and I'm satisfied. It's on record. You guys in the media, you know that. Meaning for me, it was not an issue. She didn't have an issue with me being removed because he had in it. But anyway, let me not blame him because the constitution is very clear about the appointing authority. But you know, there are some dynamics and things that happen. I don't want to, I found my peace, Jeff. I don't want to look backwards. I'm not bitter. Then now, after a few months advisor, as an advisor to the president, I thought of, I am better off for my own conscience looking at these things from far, and I wanted to look at this country from, especially after Saba. I went to the president, I told him, look, you know I resigned on the 8th of July. So government people told me it was the opposition which was behind some of those, like those supermarkets, Magunas, County and all that. I asked government people, opposition people, they told me it's government. So I told the president, in a situation whereby people know me as pro-business, my community looks up to me for some things, especially business community. They're asking me questions which I have no answer because these ones are telling me it's government, these ones are in the opposition. So for me to be able to see things from a more balanced eye and to be able to offer an intelligent, informed answer to my people, especially the business people who are, the backbone of my community, allow me to, resign as your advisor. We remain friends and sina ubaya na wewe, nothing to do with you. Let me, at least, I think I need to start for country for once, away from all this maneras going on. William Ruto's chief campaigner for 2027 is Rigathi Gachagua. As long as Rigathi Gachagua is calling shots within the opposition, William Ruto can sit pretty. How he manages the coalition, how he brands everybody. Moses Kuria is Kasongo's Uhuru. Uhuru Kenyatta is Jubilee, is Uhuru ya red. I don't know who is who. This one is like this one. He is the only good person. He is the only good person on earth. Everybody else is to be branded. Everybody else is bad. You know? How can you work with someone like that? So he can continue blaming me for his cow which did not succeed in artificial insemination. He can blame me for anything. For me, I am at peace, and my people, I take solace from the fact that I can go to the public, and the public has no problem with me. I'll continue playing my role in making this society better in whatever way.
Moses Kuria claims wakati wa Gen Z protest, that's when alipoteza his seat, but he was very much comfortable with it. And he chose the country over his own interests. And he also says that he was the bridge between the broad-based government and the government of the day. He says that he personally called some of the cabinet secretaries like John Badi and Junet Mohammed and still insists that broad-based was the only solution to solve the chaos.
Broad-based union, ODM and UDA party. What do you make of it?
To be honest with you, the broad-based has served its purpose. It has done good for this country. I remember on 26th of June 2024, the day after Gen Z, William Ruto called a few of us in the morning to see whether he will sign the finance bill or not. We are not many. We were myself, Dede Nyoro, Duare, Murkomen, Kindiki, very few people. Of course, Rigathi was not there because he was in Mombasa doing his own thing. And he asked us, do I sign or not sign? What I didn't know is that throughout the night there was some other team which was there, which had concluded that he can sign the finance bill. So, I was the only one who was not in the night meeting. So, only me had a fresh view. And for me, there was no doubt in my mind. So I told the president 3 things. Number 1, you cannot sign this bill. You cannot sign this bill. Because that is regarding Gachagua, sabotaging you from one side, Gen Z or the other. Do you want to combine, and some other forces, I don't want to mention other people, who are working towards, do you want to combine all those forces together? Do you want to give them an excuse to now come together and ban the country? Yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, you have to restructure government. What happened yesterday? Treated like a vote of no confidence. Yeah. So you have to restructure government somehow. Number 3, you have to re-engineer our politics. Those 3 things. So everybody was in that meeting was like this. So, what do you mean? I asked me, what do you mean by re-engineering politics? I told him, you have to form a government of national unity. These are movements, I have seen them. These are movements in other countries which you choose to have a country or a government. For me, I would rather we don't have a government and we have a country. Yeah? So, many things happened. Of course, he did exactly what I told him. He didn't sign the bill. He dissolved cabinet. And then he reached out to ODM. That time, even as the riots were going on, Baba was not convinced. Baba was not convinced. But I was convinced. I was convinced. I remember that time, even the general was so much vehemently opposed to me. No, we can't go to that direction. We bring in Baba now, Tinga to government again. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. So, William asked me one question. Don't you think this unity government you're talking about may cost even your seat, your cabinet seat? I told him, who is me compared to a country? I told him, what about those ministers? I hear they were running in the rivers. Was it in which country was it? It was a country where the ministers were running away from the crowds. I told him, maybe I'm safer. Maybe it's safer for me. Then he told me, he called me another time, now to inform me he will not reappoint me to cabinet because of some dynamics. He asked me, now that you know that you will not be in cabinet, do you still support me on that line? I told him yes. And to prove it, he told me, you know those are your people. You know them better. By the way, I can now tell the nation, way before broad-based, I used to have problems with William Ruto because of my closeness with Baba.
Really?
Not once. I remember one time we were planting trees. And we were told every minister pick 2 counties. My favorite counties to pick always was Kisumu and Siaya. You know, you will go back to record. I was one who was leading the tree planting in Kombewa in Kisumu and some place in Nyakach. No, in Nyakach. There was some forest there in Nyakach and in Siaya. And I remember he told me, Kwani, those are the only places you can plant trees. I suffered. I remember when I was launching the industrial park in Siaya, in Alego. I had huge problems because I was supposed to say, no, don't go there. First of all, go to Mount Kenya or Rift Valley because our base will start making noise.
Yeah.
So, I hope you are good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So, I had problems. Because for me, I was broad-based from day one. I'm not hiding. I was broad-based from day one because of that shares thing. Actually, other than my friendship with Baba, that shares thing moved me.
Although Moses Kuria had a strained relationship with Baba, he seemed to have fixed it and it worked well for the broad-based government, according to him.
Factions.
Kwa hivyo sisi wote tuliweka sura ya Kenya na itaendelea sasa kutoka sasa mpaka mwisho. Mimi sitaki mtu apigane kwa sababu yangu. Sisi tumekula samaki, ugali ya brown, osuga, tumeshiba. Na huku nje nyinyi mnapigana. Sasa sisi nyinyi ndio mmepotea bwana. Kwa hiyo mimi ningetaka kuona Kenya ambayo mimi nitaenda Kisumu kutafuta kura. Nataka Mheshimiwa Raila akikuja Gatundu kuomba kura, alale kwa nyumba yangu huko Gatundu.
Hii ni funzo. Hawa ndugu zetu, wadada zetu ambao wamekuwa kule korokoroni, wametoka kule, ni kama wale wamekuwa kama yule Saulo aliyekuwa na tesa wa Kristo. Sasa wamepata batizo ya moto, ndio sasa tunawaita Paulo. Sasa hii maneno wabebe wapeleke kila mahali pembe zote za Kenya ya kuunganisha wa Kenya.
So he told me the only problem is that Baba is not convinced. But the way I know you and Baba, if he hears it from you, someone who is in that cabinet and who is from Mount Kenya, he will change his mind. So I called my travel agent. I booked a ticket. Yeah, I booked a ticket. I called Baba. I said, Baba, I'm coming tomorrow. That was Monday, Tuesday. He called me, he told me, I know what you want to tell me, but don't worry. You don't even have to look for me. I know what you want. And that's how the following day is when Akina Wandai were named to cabinet and the ODM people. For me right now, the ODM street is 50-50. Street is 50-50. The leaders overwhelmingly are pro-broad-based, but the ground is 50-50. And a lot of dynamics will be there in 2026. And what happens to it is, as I've said, it is all in the hands of one Rigathi Gachagua. Because there are some people who may not be very comfortable with broad-based, even within the broad-based strongholds. But when they throw the eye the other side and they find Rigathi Gachagua driving, calling the shots there, then that changes the whole dynamics. So let us watch. It's gonna be noisy, yeah. I don't want to say it's gonna be messy, yeah, but there'll be casualties. There'll be casualties within the broad-based. Will the center hold? So many balls are up there in the air. We have got a party position. We also have communities. You see a lot of communities trying to make up their individual position, and you can see it. The biggest anxiety within ODM is coming from who? Osotsi, Sifuna,
Western region.
Amisi, Western region.
Yes.
You know, and ultimately it will be a game of the Western region. It will be a game of Western. So we are watching. We are watching on what happens here.
Is it likely to affect the position of Professor Kindiki now that some of the leaders...
Certainly. This is real politics. Do you want the truth or the cousin of the truth?
The truth.
Certainly. Certainly there's going to be casualties.
And he is likely to be one of the casualties.
Yes. Certainly. Because even you, I mean, politics is like investment. You invest based on what? ROI. Return on investment. So where is ROI? I mean, we can be cosmetic and we can be academic about it, but I think from where I sit, I could be wrong. This is my opinion. The president will make decision based on his investment, on his ROI, on where he perceives he's going to get higher value. Yeah.
And that could mean picking somebody other than Professor Kithure.
It depends on also the constitution. You see the discussion we have started with Musalia Mudavadi. We need to broaden this thing.
That no valid population census data, no valid boundaries review, hence no valid election. That is the law and not my words. We must embrace this referendum as a legal necessity to save our democracy.
Be able to shuffle things there. So, and both sides need it. Both sides need it. Unless we want to divide and polarize this country, united opposition, broad-based government, we need that constitution. Me, I want to hear the united opposition say no. I'm waiting. The same way we were misread and we said no to BBI, and now we suffer for it. I want to hear now people agreeing, especially from my region, say no to changing the constitution.
What do you think of Moses Kuria's arguments? Is he right or is he wrong? Make us know in the comments below. Please like and make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. Thank you.